friends. Yep. Please crash. Please don't crash. Okay, so we got the motor working. So this stream we're gonna refine the gondola cars. Yo. Great success today. Okay, so let's pop this open. Let's pop this up. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So I've made a list here. So things to fix on the gondola is this portion, and then this is just everything else. Make one car use the store-bought trap. Where is that trap? There it is. Okay, so we're going to work on the gondolas because I need to start printing these now if we're going to be able to do the drone shots. We've fixed a lot here already. That was really quick. Now these are going to be, well, the feet on the trapdoor is going to be easy fix. Lever guard might be easy, I don't know. Leveling the gondola, I think that could be easy. We just need to figure it out, and then make one car use the store-bought trap is going to be easy as well. So it's mostly the bistable lever lock is going to be the real challenge here. But everything else we got to do. So I have to make a second midpoint tower. That's going to be easy as well. It's just something that I kind of need to crank out. So I could literally start printing that right now, actually. That might be the safe bet. Let's start printing those parts right now, just so that we're... Okay, so this, and then I also need to add in the spacers. Auto, boom, arrange. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? ABS. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Arrange, arrange. Okay, I'm hoping I have enough ABS on this. Oh yeah, I got a full thing of ABS still. Okay. Really? Full thing? That doesn't make sense. Anyways, I'm going to slice this and print this. Even though we're printing ABS, I'm just going to go for it because I'm feeling motivated today. Slice. Print. Just sending it. Just sending it. And then we'll go to our H2C. delete that stuff. Go to our H2C. We can sync, continue to sync filaments, okay, and then we want to do our wheels. Auto, set filament to the gold, copy this and paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Slice that boy. Looks good. Print that boy. Okay, so we're gonna get that all working. I feel like I want to bring the X2D back there, but maybe I won't actually. No, it's fine. It's fine. So let's maybe start looking at the bistable thing, because that's kind of the crucial thing. And so basically I want to just add some feature on the side of this so that when this tips up, it kind of like resists tipping, and then at about this point it clicks, right? So in order to do that, easier way to do that is there. So just looking at this, you know, I'm thinking basically something that kind of like, I guess it could catch on to that too. I might have to give it some more meat, something to really actuate on. All right, this I'm gonna think about this for a second. Let's do other things, like get rid of this and get rid of this. Let's put some feet. So I want to put some feet because I want to be able to plop the trap down and reset the lock without having to grab the trap. So obviously I don't want to. We print on this surface, so they're going to be bolt-in feet. Super easy. Easy. And then let's just do a center rectangle. $135. 25mm feet. And we'll do our classic 4.8 and 5.2. Yeah, Ragamuffin. Did you see the motor success? Did you see the motor success? Go check it out. It works. We got it working. It's so nice. It's so nice. How was your lesson? Chamfer. Because I think I'm gonna try and find some flat-headed screws for this to minimize the amount of stuff that the mice can grab onto. I'm so stoked. Actually limited at only 10 amps. It can't go above 10 amps. But when I had it set, and the coasting amperage sits at around 6 to 7 amps. And that motor's rated for 30 amps. So it's easily able to handle the power. And I have a 12 volt 30 amp power supply that I'll be using. So we're super good. I'm printing the final set of rollers for the last tower that I need to install. Printing the final set of rollers and working on just getting the... Hey, where did my feet go? Just working on getting the new... Oh, there we go. The last touches on this boy done. So these are the feet. One. I want to start printing the final gondolas today. So what we're probably going to end up... Actually, I guess I could start printing them tomorrow because we're going to have to cut the acrylic and see if we can get the acrylic working. Oh yeah, and so I've got my list of things here. So we did the feet on the trapdoor. I want to do holes for mounting curved acrylic, jig for curving the acrylic. So this is our list, right? So the bistable lever lock is something that I'm kind of like not really sure how to do. Lever guard, lever, so we're almost done the gondola, I think. The bistable lock is kind of the big thing right now, so I need some way back to like this point that it is free to flick all the way. And honestly, I think we're just gonna go with something pretty basic on this. So like I think I'm gonna add basically like a bit of material that pokes out here. No, but it has to stick out like that. But I want it to look nice. So let's maybe go like this, go straight up. For a second, and then maybe like stick out like that. I don't know what that's tangential to. So we want it basically at that point to be ready to flip. You know what I mean? Like we just need like a little bumper or something that screws on here that kind of resists this from moving in that direction until that point. There's just not a lot going on here. And like Yeah, exactly. So like if that's like a nubbin, why are you not letting me move? That's too far. I really only want to hold it there and then at this point. Okay, I think I know what I need to do for this. There we go. Is that enough? Would that be enough to hold it in? I feel like it probably would. What I do think I'm going to do, though, is actually change the design a bit. Let's bring this back. I think it is going to be an experimental type of deal. I think it is going to be an experimental type of deal. So that will compress it. So this will just be like a hollow ring that can easily compress. Substantial, but just something. I mean, ultimately having a prop do that too, actually. Or not up there, but just like the whole thing. I'm gonna change this whole thing because I have an idea. So theoretically, if we had a straight stick from here to the middle of this thing, a straight stick would resist the rotation I can't explain this. I'm just gonna have to do it. I can't explain this. I'm just gonna have to do it. So let's assume we're gonna do 4.8 hole here. Kind of, no, yeah, let's do this all in one piece. Originally I was like, let's do 9 points, connect this with a spline. And this, the spline. So here's my theory. This is obviously kind of like bent in this angle. Actually, I don't want it to be bent yet. I want it to be straight. And then it has to deform in order to looks so dumb. We're going to redo all this. We're going to redo all of this. We're keeping that though. So let's do a spline. Let's get it right here and here-ish. Let's tangent this to that. And let's parallel this to that. I definitely played Sim City. I don't remember which one or like anything about it. But I don't remember anything about it, unfortunately. You know, the big game that I was playing that was kind of like Sims-ish was Roller Coaster Tycoon. That was my jam. I was a Roller Coaster Tycoon kind of boy. Okay, let's get rid of this. I'm just not able to picture this properly. Wait, why can't I hear anything? Hold on, why can't I hear anything? I can hear my voice. What is going on? My audio is not working for some reason. Why is my audio not working for some reason? Oh, that works. I don't know what's going on with my audio. Well, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I will, and I'm looking forward to that. Articulating spines. Splines. Splines, not spines. Okay. Okay. What am I doing here? I'm trying. Nice little baby compliant mechanism between this. I feel like that would be really nice. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe this is like so not Ness, but I'm just trying to like picture. I'm just trying to picture how this is going to function. How this is going to function. And it'd be so nice to just have one extra screw that does this whole thing. I think the problem is that this rotates in kind of a weird way. Like if we're going to the tangent here, this is actually almost here's what I'm thinking. So the shortest distance between this point and this point is this line, right? That's the shortest distance. And so if I did a straight line to any point beyond this straight line, so if I did a straight line from here to here, let's say, this is going to have to compress in order to get past this shortest distance point before it can expand again. And that's kind of that's kind of what I want to try to exploit here. But the problem is it's also rotating. It's not just so like if I did a rigid line from this point to this point, it can rotate there, but it can't rotate here, and it's the line's just going to want to keep rotating in this direction, which is going to keep wanting to spring it back no matter how much you push it this way. So we need to do it differently. I'm almost wondering if something like this would work better. No, because that still rotates it. Hold on, let me look this B up. What I was originally thinking, so that deforms, and obviously that can only, that's bistable, so it can only go, it can only sit there or on that side. This one's really nice. This is kind of what I was thinking, but these are lateral movements. So lateral movements make a little bit more sense. So maybe I just have to go with one of these things. Maybe I just have to go with one of these. This one, I printed this one before. It's so fun. But yeah, again, this is lateral. We're kind of dealing with rotational. This is sort of closer to what I think we're going to end up doing. Yeah, a lot of them are lateral. Okay, so let's yeah, I mean, I think that's basically what these are doing, essentially. Like something like this, a snap motion. Right? So this is the rotational. That has the axle, and then it has the snap motion there. So I think that's essentially what we're going to end up doing. Oh, and we could do it like this. We could do it like this. Okay, I need to stop using construction lines. We could just do it like this. This might be the way to go. It's just so easy. That's dumb. Can I just... Yep. This is probably it. This is probably it. So now we have this nice refined arc. That is the same arc as the path of this. And then we'll just create a stop point. A locked point here. Yeah, have a little detent. But like, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. Give me a second. I just want to check this print quickly. I'm just looking for some material. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, I could just have a little springy thing. So, oh my god, my kilobytes per second is so bad right now. I'm so sorry. I'm overthinking this so much, but the issue is I need some space this way, not this way, to mount this thing properly. So what can I do instead? I'm just gonna do a detent. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, unfortunately. What up, Carson? You missed a crazy stream earlier today. We got the motor working on the gondola, so that whole system's like getting pretty good. Still needs a bit of work. Have you? Did you see it? Did you see it working? No. Nice. It's a little janky, but it's working. Okay, so now we can go and grab from here. I guess we'll do some I'll do some lines from here to here. Boom. From here to here. And then we'll do some 4.8s. Do some 4.8s. Tens. We'll do some tens, and we'll do 5.2 as well. And we'll do a 5.2 here. So I'm just trying to create something that's gonna bend out of the way. Because we're gonna add a detent here. I guess I could do the detent on the outside and then just have a straight piece that bends. That might be the easiest. Or have the detent here. Maybe have the detent here. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to do a detent here of like 3 mils, I guess. And then we're just going to go tangent there. And then this, like, I'll be able to really mess around with this to make it the proper strength. Okay, so let's extrude this. Let's get some of this. Get rid of that. And then we can grab these. Bring it out to here. Right, and this will just, that'll hold it in. And then as this rotates, it'll bend that thing up. I mean, it doesn't look the worst. It's kind of fun. And so now we'll just add some fillets, because fillets make everything look better. Sketch on here, capture position. Let's get a circle to this point. And then I guess I'll do a tangent from here to here. Oops. Tangent from here to here. Or a spline. It's those darn splines again. Come on, what are you doing? Why won't it go beyond that point? And then I guess we can just do that, and then we'll do another spline to here, parallel these two, and tangent this to this. And then we get rid of this. So now when this rotates, eventually it'll clear it. I think that'll work. What do you guys think? So then it clicks back in place there. And then obviously we have to get rid of these holes. Zoom, capture position for sure. Yeah. It's kind of goofy looking. Right? I think it'll work. I think that'll work. So we'll just have some screws in there. And then I can just keep printing this part until it actually works perfectly. I can kind of iterate on that. But I feel like that's pretty good. I like it. I'm going with it. Okay. So that's done. So let's title this part detent release button. It's none of those things, but I feel like the three, I feel like in total that's the correct label for this. Unfortunately, I can't test this out until I reprint. Actually, let's test it out right now. I'm going to go and let's do this. Doom, doom, doom. Create a copy. Wah, 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 wah. Okay. Sketch on this plane. Capture. Just grab a rectangle. Who cares? Wah. Finish. Extrude. This is the first time I've ever used the intersect feature. And then I'm gonna print all these. Detent test 1, detent test 2, detent test 3. Okay. Okay. Save. Save. And let's go here. Let's go to the bamboo. Let's go X2D. I haven't used this little boy in a while. Let's prepare this. Let's delete all those. X2D. Sync that boy. Sync that boy. Dun 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 dun. Sync that boy and sync that boy. Sync that boy. Ba ba. Auto. Arrange. I got nothing on that. Spool, but I can just go with some yellow. Slice. Print it. Why would you do main nozzle? Convenience mode. Slice. There we go. Send it. Okay. So we're going to start that. So we're going to see if that works. So this is a temporarily complete step. So now the lever guard, level the gondola, make one car, use the store-bought trap, holes for mounting the curved acrylic, and jig for curving the acrylic. So let's do... Let's work on the acrylic. Right, let's just get those, let's get all that prepped. So the acrylic, there's really only two pieces. We have this piece, which is just like done. I just need to delete these. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. So that's one piece, and there is a little thing like that, which I think is intentional, right? Yes, that's intentional. And then we have this piece, which I actually don't think I can't just... I don't think I can flatten this out, but I can inspect this, and we know the length is 176.846. So theoretically, oh wow. I don't remember what. $176.846, okay. And then 163.522. Wait, what did I say? 163.522? 163.522. 163.522. Okay. What a dumb arbitrary number. Thank you. And then we're gonna want to cut some holes in this, right? So what distance is that? Let's just project that out and project this out. Then we can look at these two. And so theoretically we want our hole to be right like here. Right? Pretty centered. And so I'm going to cut the hole out of the acrylic with the laser cutter. And then once we mount it, then I can use my hand drill and drill into this guy. And then we'll be able to screw it in. And just to confirm, I mean, realistically, it's basically straight. So 6.313 would be the center of the hole. Let's just go 6.4. And we only need 2, I think. So let's just go here. 5 point. Let's go 5.3. So we got some wiggle room. Mirror this guy to here. Okay. Finish. And then I want to create a mold. To bend this boy. So I'm thinking we just do this, and then we create a shelf on one side. One side is all that's necessary. And then we go with this, and we go to that corner. What am I doing? I'm losing it, folks. And we can extrude this and this to this point. Let's go with a new body. Okay, so the idea of this is I will just heat the acrylic up and lay it down on this. And then we could have an extra little thing. Kind of like this, this, and this. And then we just can like use these two to squeeze those together. I feel like that's going to be fine. I don't need to overthink it too much. I don't need to overthink it too much. I think. So I don't want to run my laser cutter right now because I have 2 printers already running on that circuit. So this will be maybe after those prints finish type of deal. And I technically should be using the H2C to cut these. So I'm going to have to figure that out because I've never cut anything on the H2C before. I'm wondering if it's worth cutting these holes out of the acrylic. Cutting that hole out of the acrylic, and then maybe the 2 that we just added over here. think that might be worth doing. But I'm going to worry about that in a minute. You would cut them out? Okay, let's do it. Let's do it then. So, then let's actually get rid of this one. So, let's do a sketch on this platform, and let's project this, and then extrude this out. Yeah, because then we can actually use, like, these screws could even lock in that other piece of acrylic pretty good too. So now when we move this, create a copy. Now it's got these dumb little holes, which line up nice. And then the other side, will be the same. Except we don't need these, but I may as well just cut them out of all of them, right? Because then I don't have to think about it. You're not gonna... no. This side doesn't need those two screws. Oh, but I might have another one up here. Okay, so let's actually just get rid of this. Oops. I'm gonna call this outside acrylic. We can remove this one. This is curved acrylic for mold. And this is curved acrylic bottom mold. Is it mold? I think that's how you spell mold. I don't know. Curved acrylic top mold. Okay. Okay. Now let's work on the guard for this, because remember how I was saying that this sometimes can rub into the pillar, just side motion. So I'm thinking about doing a guard. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't too sure. It's so true. So true. That's so real. So I'm gonna shrink this down. I'm gonna bring this in maybe 4.5 mils. Okay, you're right. Maybe there's an N at the end as well. Mold. It's a silent N. Mold. Okay. So for this guard piece, because the last thing we want is for the mice to get released immediately. So I just basically need a rod that connects from here. Actually, I think I'll just do it right in the center. I'll just have a center one. And so we're going to go and sketch here. We're going to project this. So we have a center line. What is happening? Where's my center line? Okay, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's fine, that works. And we'll do a 10 mil. We'll do a 4.2 or 4.8. And so what I'm thinking about doing is adding, like I'm gonna yeet out a little chunk here. So let's just go like maybe, I guess 20 is the right, oh no, 25. So 25. And then let's do a slightly bigger one. Let's do a 12. Tangent this. Mirror this with this. Okay. And then we can start extruding all this. Start extruding it all to that point. Taking a little chunk out of the leaf, but that's okay. Because we're going to add it back here. Like that. And then we can get this circle. Okay, wait. Let's find, where's this piece of acrylic? It's going to be near this piece, I imagine. So where is that at? There. Okay. So is it? Yes. And then I can cut out the 4.8 hole. And we'll cut it right back through the acrylic. Which will allow us to go like this and move this. So now we have our third acrylic piece. Call this inside acrylic. Okay, so that will now lock that in a little bit too, which I like. And then we can just do... We can actually go back into this sketch because I can just use this sketch to mirror all of this. Oh, you know what? I should have waited to do that acrylic thing. Finish. Okay, actually we don't have to. We can go like this and go like this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so now, yeah, now this piece of acrylic's got a little nub in there and a little nub in there. And then, actually, let's go back into our sketch here. And let's mirror this part as well. Finish. And then we can design a nice little standoff. So we just go like this, boom, 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 to here. Make it a new body. Let's go 2 sides. Let's bring it out a couple mils. We're gonna 1 mil actually. I feel like that's gonna be more than enough. And then we can sketch on this face. Let's get rid of that last sketch because it's distracting me. And we'll just go 10 again. Again. I didn't even need to do it that time. And then I'll do a rectangle. So we know that's going to be 10, but let's just go like that. Why am I getting 10.82? Why am I getting 10.82? Why is that not lining up? Why wouldn't that be lining up, huh? Why wouldn't that be lining up, huh? Ooh, I don't like that. Something is off. Okay, Ruby. Wait. I can show you. Huh? Yeah. We just went with just a lever. I didn't want to get too caught up. I was spending too much time on this. So it's just a lever. So there will just be a stick at the bottom. And then when it drives past it, opens it right up. Real simple. But we've added, hopefully, what will... Yes, yeah, it moves in this direction. Boop, 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 boop. So a branch could totally hit this, but I'm just not going to worry about it. We're just going to hope it doesn't. My concern is, why are these not lined up? It's so slightly off that I'm not going to worry about it, but it is ruining my day entirely. So we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Like this, and then like this. And we'll just go 2 millis. Boom. So that's the guard. And so I did need to put a guard on here because there is a chance the whole gondola ends up being so close to the frame that there is a chance that it can hit the frame, just like rub on the side. And so this will hopefully deter some of that potential. And this will fall back. Does that hit? Is that gonna hit? No, we're good. Is that gonna hit? No, we're good. Oh, it is just, I'm gonna just throw a Philly on this and on this just to be Safe Maria. We do have, wait, did I just say this already? I don't even know. But we did put this little detent thing that will hopefully allow it to kind of stay locked in. And then it's not until it has a significant push that it will. I don't know if that's what that is, but I was thinking like, soften my da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm thinking I might put just a little catch on this so it doesn't fall all the way down. Just like a just like one of these boys. Just eyeballing it though. And then I can just throw a screw in there. By Schubert. Schubert. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So yeah, I'll just have a protruding screw there. Ooh. Ooh. The floor can only drop once the top of the lever is below the top of the gondola. This would be achieved by the stick being positioned to the side of the gondola along its path of travel that extends far enough to push it down all the way. Of course, the gondola won't always be in place because it swings, so it would require some kind of fixed guide. Yeah, so that was all part of the deliberation. Throughout this whole process, I've realized how little I want to actually go down the hill physically. And so I was thinking about doing this whole guide system and everything like that, because it does swing and whatnot. And I just realized after all of this, I was like, I don't want to go down there as I want to avoid going down there as much as humanly possible. And so as a result, I opted for the simpler solution that it's gonna work for the video for sure, and it might even work really well overall. but I just didn't want to have to mess around with it anymore. But I did realize just now it's stupid to put the screw there because that defeats the purpose of this whole bar. So I'm going to instead put the screw here. Actually, we can put it at the middle point, which is really nice. Ooh, that's really nice. 4.8. That's what I'm thinking / hoping, and actually was joking around with the idea of having another car made with a weed whacker on it that like perfectly cuts a path out. I'm obviously not going to do that for this video because I am so far behind. But you know, if people need to see more of this gondola, then we can always do that later. So lazy. So lazy. Oh, did I not even tangent this? Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, nice. Could also just put the guard over. Put a guard. Yeah, totally. Totally. But once again, I'm at this point. I'm like, let's do minimal. Let's do minimal amount of work. Okay. See, something's wrong with this. Something's wrong with this. This isn't connecting, and I don't like it. Okay. That looks kind of fun, I think. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. No, what is that? So I'll toss a screw in through there. Okay, so I think we've got the guard done. And we've got the acrylic done. It's got the proper little notch outs for the different screws that go through. Our thing is almost done, so we can test that out. Lever guard's done. Really? Okay. I should check that out. I like his stuff. I did the holes for mounting the curved acrylic. I did the jig for curving the acrylic. We're about to test if the bistable lever lock works. Now, leveling the gondola, this is something that we're going to have to play around with, but I think actually it's not going to be that hard because all I need to do is kind of like adjust the distance of like where this arm is. So right now, Right now it hangs slightly too much this way. And so theoretically, all I have to do is shorten this, I think. I just have to bring this in a tiny little bit. So we can do that by just bringing this in. The only thing is we only have like a little bit of leeway on that. But that's okay. Like, let's just like, what is the distance here? .8 millis. So if we bring it in 3 mils, is that enough? Only one way to find out, right? So I am going to move this create a copy, move this, okay, and extrude this minus 3 millimeters. Will that be enough? So level test 3 millimeters. And what we can do is actually create, well, no, it's fine. So we'll test that out. I'm hoping 3 millimeters is enough. If not, we can knock a bit of material off of this guy. And we'll just kind of mess around with that. We'll experiment with that. Should also test print this thing pretty soon. Okay, so now let's do the other roof for the trap. Gondola roof for off-the-shelf trap. Okay. So I gotta start taking this bad boy apart. So I think I just need to get rid of these rivets. Drill these rivets out. I can bend this out and just slide that boy out. Let me grab a drill. Okay.
We're just going for it today. And that's what I love. Ow. It's hot. Nice. So there's our little trap, right? So this guy works. It has like a weighted door back here. So when the mouse crawls into this hole and it stands on this weighted door, then this other door shuts and now they can't get back out this way. Right? So the weight goes down like that. And so they have to crawl out this way. And then once they do, now they can't get back in that way. But that door opens up. No, this is a... it's actually a pretty similar design to the trap we've designed into the gondola. But I found this at the store while I was looking for other stuff, and I thought, hey, this would be fun to kind of try and compare traps, store-bought versus DIY. So, all we got to do is create a little mount for this. And what's nice is this is actually significantly smaller than the existing trap.
Not if you put it under this. Yes, every mouse will be anesthetized, I believe is the term. So I'm thinking I want to do it in a way where I don't actually... It is, and this is basically the trap you find, like when you're at a restaurant or anywhere, any commercial building. And but this is the unit that gets them in there and keeps them in there. Very effective. Very effective. True. Oh, I love an Orse Dovra. We're adapting one of the roofs to fit our new little tiny trap. I think I can just create an insert for this. Because look how much smaller this is, right? This is the original hole. And this is the store-bought trap. So I think I'm just gonna print. I think I'm just gonna make an insert. That way, if it doesn't work for whatever reason, if somehow this trap is better, then we can just revert back. Actually, I'll let that cool for a little bit. So I just need a little insert for this boy. I'm too lazy for that boat. I'm way too lazy for that. This is just a rectangle, so I'm just gonna crudely measure it and pop it on. It has these little tabs at the bottom, so realistically, all I need to do is create a sketch, do a square, and I think I'll just reuse these. Like that. Extrude this up. Just like 2 mils even. New body. What do I want to do? Do I want to like... Oh, we're going to do this so jank style. I don't even care. I don't even care. So we're going to actually go and turn the sketch back on. And we're going to extrude this up as well. This up. This up and this up. And we're going to go with a new body. Oh wait, what am I doing? What am I doing, folks? We're going to get rid of this. Now we're going to turn the sketch back on. We're going to extrude these down. And it's just going to clip in. Let's just go to -5, sure. This is the only thing that's metal. Everything else is going to be plastic. But I'm hoping this will be a press fit. Good enough. And then let's measure this. $40 mils. 40 mils is good. By 109. And I think I want to do it so that, yeah, it's like all the way back, I think. $109 by... Actually, let's not do it. Let's not do it all the way back. Let's give it like a good 20 mils. $109 by 20. And then these little tabs. Actually, I'm gonna. And then these little tabs are 5mm tabs. So let's get this back up and this is going to be our model trap here. How tall is this? 43. So that's the trap. And then the tabs stick out 5 mils by, what is this metal? It's so thin. Half a mil. .5 by 5. .5 by 5. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Okay. And then all we're gonna do is put a few holes here. So lazy. So lazy today. Feeling so lazy today. We're just gonna put a few holes like this. Boop. 4.8. Tangent this to this. And maybe we'll just do a pattern. Just do 3 of these. Kind of like that. Who cares? And then we will do a mirror of these 3 with this. And then we will extrude these. And so the screws will just go through and the heads of the screws will just hold the tabs in. You know what I mean? Now, in order for this trap to work, they come in one way and then they need to come out the other way. And so it's set up to come out just straight out the back. So I just need like a little shroudy piece. And there's nice holes here. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to get a screw in there though. Okay, I'll just have to create something that I screw from the bottom, I guess. Yeah, I could throw some washers on there if I'm feeling like real. If I'm feeling real nasty. Okay, so that means this little area under here is going to also need a hole. And then we're just going to need a way to fasten this to the lid. And I think we're just going to use some screws. And then I also need to put a nice little shape on this. Do one of these. Okay, why aren't you letting me do it, yo? We're feeling nasty here. Just go 25. Let's do it. 25, and then do an offset of 2, I guess. Connect that to there. Connect that to, and extrude this to there. Oh, I messed up, yo. Okay. And then we just need to screw up into this, which actually I need to expand this out a bit more than this. Oh, I could expand this in, I suppose. Let's get rid of these sketches. No, I gotta go out. Extrude 2. Extrude 2. Sketch here. I'm gonna project this. Okay. Go like this. I'm assuming that's should be 6. Oh, 7. So I could actually just go like this and go boom. It's getting laggy, yo. And then we'll just do 2 4.8s. So lazy. So lazy today. extrude these, and now we got a way to screw this thing on. This is not like the nicest thing I've ever designed. This is not the nicest thing I've ever designed, but it'll work. Okay, so there's that. That's the new, the old mousetrap, or the off-the-shelf mousetrap. Let's test our thingy thing, our locking thing. We're doing everything today. We're doing it all today. Okay. So we got a little bit of flex there. It's actually not a lot, which is kind of nice, I think. And this is our pretend frame. What is that hole? But that's okay. And then this guy goes like that. It's a good thing we tested this because that hole is wrong. Okay. Nice. And then so that little detent goes in there. These can be locked down pretty tight. Okay, and now, ooh. Ooh. That feels so good, actually. You know? So there's nothing happening there. It's really not hard, but it does feel locked, and then as soon as it releases, it's like totally free. Oh god, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, that's so nice. That's going to be so nice to reset. I feel good about this. We're done, I think. And like if it's like too easy, I can just obviously strengthen up that little flex point. That's really nice though. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I might be good to wrap it up here, folks. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. Got some stuff printing. I think the ABS might be kind of actually messing me up, but let's tick some stuff off. Bistable lever lock. Done. Level the gondola. Still working on this. Can I like tab this out? Yeah, okay, still working on this. And we made a car for the store-bought trap. So I think our gondolas are like kind of done. I think I'm gonna start printing them tomorrow, because tomorrow I want to work on the acrylic I want to test that out. Oh, let's fix that. Let's fix that hole quickly. I don't know what the heck happened there. Yeah, so this hole goes all the way through now, which I don't understand why. Yeah, it's only supposed to go through that far. .6 mils. So what happened on this side? Wait, that looks right, right? Is it treating this as a separate body? Oh, it was because I did the intersect and I only took this surface and it missed that. So when I did the intersect, it cut out that thing. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We're good. There's no issues there. There's no issues there. Really happy with this. We're so close, everybody. This is so fun. That just feels so nice. Tin Talon, what's going on? Oh, that is so satisfying. We're just wrapping up here, Tin, but we made a lot of progress today. Where are we at right now? So we got the gondola cable. We installed the motor on the gondola and it works. It pushes the cable along exactly as planned. We were just refining the actual gondola and adding a bunch of little bells and whistles so that it works as good as possible. This is the lock mechanism for the release. I think you've I don't know when the last time you've seen. Oh, nice. Okay, awesome. So right now the release mechanism is this leaf shaped thing, and so as this is driving down, it gets hit like that. But the problem is it's a little too easy to release. It's a little bit too easy to release. You know, it takes like nothing. So we just added this little feature in here which locks it in place. And so now it's a little bit harder to release. Just the tiniest little bit. But that should be enough to prevent like any shaking or anything like that from the gondola going down the thing, and like maybe tapping some stuff on the way down. That'll prevent it from releasing prematurely. With this little click. Bop. Oh, it's actually like so nice. This is one of my favorite things I've made now. And I was joking about how kind of like weird it looks, but it doesn't matter. This is good to me. In fact, we can make it look a little bit better with a filly right here. Oh, well, I appreciate it either way. It's good. I'm so happy you said hi. And we're so close now. We're so close. My goal is to get 3 gondolas on the cable by the weekend. And we just finished up all of this stuff here. So the gondolas are pretty much ready to go. I'm going to start printing them right away tomorrow. And then these are all the other things we have to do. So we still have to make a second midpoint tower. We still have to make the flipper at the bottom, which is literally just a stick or even a screw. We have to cover the bottom tower frame in grass for a soft landing, because right now it's just a bare metal frame. So if the mice fall, top tower station, maybe. This is a maybe. If I have time. This isn't a priority at all. I have to loosen and splice the cable. That's actually probably the first thing I'll do tomorrow, because I'll do it when it's cooler out. The elements for a long period of time, or will you have to print a new? I didn't know I was going to be making, and when we agreed to do 2 videos together. And so when I did the first, they gave me like a budget for filament, and so when I did the first video, I used up the entire budget on filament, expecting to do a similar video for video 2. But then I just had like this moment where I was like, okay, I got to do something huge for this second video. Had I known I was going to do this video ahead of time, I would have gotten different filament. I would have gotten ABS probably for everything, and maybe even some like engineering grade filaments for like the pulleys and stuff. But I didn't know, and so I only got PLA. So everything is printed out of PLA for the most part. There's some ABS stuff. The first one was the kick drum pedal one. So this video I'm using PLA for everything. I would have. It's gonna be fine for a bit. The sun will definitely degrade it, and like it's real hot right now. So I'm a little bit concerned about some of the parts like melting. But it'll be fine. It should be fine, and I can always just keep printing them. I have so much PLA, so I'm not worried about that. But if I were to do this again, I would use ABS almost exclusively, and then like probably some nylon or polycarbonate filaments for like the really hefty engineering stuff. But I didn't know. And the dumb thing is I have a lot of that other filament. Like I have a lot of engineering filaments and stuff, but it's from a different company, and I can't use a different company's filament on this video. So it's one of those things, but it'll be fine. And that's the high temp PLA Pro is something, and I have a relationship with Polymaker. They send me filament. They sent me filament once, but some of that high temp PLA Pro, I will ask my rep about that. See if we can get some of that for another video. Because if this video does well, and which I'm hoping it does, I think I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of stuff outside, because I have so much farm stuff that I want to like build things for. And I'm gonna need better than just regular old PLA for that stuff. But from my experience, PLA is honestly, like, I have stuff that I printed when I've got my first 3D printer ever. I have this planter thing that's literally just sitting in the bare sun in the chicken coop right now, and it's been outside for like 8 years. Maybe not 8 years, maybe like 5 years. And it's still solid as a rock. So PLA is pretty good. But some of the stuff here is under load constantly, and so that's where the deformation could actually be a problem. But it'll be fine for this video, and then we'll just, you know, not make that mistake again. Essentially. Yes, this video is sponsored by Censored Filament Company. Yeah, I have to, I gotta figure out, I should have asked for more filament, but it's fine. I have so much, so I'm gonna just make do with what I got.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Yeah, ASA is like. One second. There's something going on outside. All right. All right. Yeah, the chickens are. I got to build a dude ranch for them because the roosters are starting to get a little bit too crazy. Um, yeah, ASA. I've never tried it, but I hear good things. I've heard it's basically like ABS but easier to print, which is crazy because ABS is pretty easy to print with these machines. Um, Once I got an enclosed printer, ABS was just like so good. So I would love to try ASA. Um, and Bamboo has a ton of ASA. I only need it to hold up till I'm done filming this video. Yeah, I actually have a whole ventilation set up because I have the laser in here as well, but I admittedly don't have ventilation hooked up on the printers yet. Okay. I think we'll call it here, folks. This was a good day. This was a good day. We got a ton done. A ton done. And honestly, the motor was the one thing that I was kind of nervous about like this whole time. Really kind of stressing about the motor and the fact that that works and it works well. I'm happy with the speed. It's a little slow, but who cares? It's better for filming, I think. And yeah, no, it's totally fine, and it's actually it's exciting. It's exciting to get to sort of like show all of the because when we're in it, it's hard to notice the progress, and so it's cool. It's cool to kind of chime in once in a while and see everything we've done. Um, and obviously, the video at the end of it will be the ultimate sort of like summary of everything. Um, yes. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm, I when I was watching your stream earlier, Aaron, I was trying to do some work at the same time, and I am so bad at multitasking. I was like, how is he getting work done while he's watching this? Because I I I have like a very one track mind. It's very hard for me to multitask. So I'm so glad to hear that you've been getting a lot done. Um, that's like the best. It really does. Um, thank you, thank you, Carson. It's so good to have you back. Um, oh, that's so awesome to hear. That's so awesome to hear. That means a lot. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Let's wrap this up. Tomorrow we're going to do the splicing. Tomorrow we're going to start printing and we're going to do the acrylic. We actually got like pretty much everything I wanted to do today done, except for I was going to try and splice the cable today, but I didn't think I was going to do all this gondola stuff today. So um, we kind of traded one thing for another, but I actually think we got more done than I was expecting, which never happens. Um, and God, this is just so satisfying. Start of the stream tomorrow. What day is tomorrow? Is tomorrow Thursday? What day is it today? Is it Wednesday? Yeah. Okay, tomorrow's Thursday. Um, hard to say when I'm going to start. I'm going to probably try to start around 10 a.m. my time. It's 6 o'clock now, just for reference. I'm thinking, yeah, 10 a.m. probably, something like that, and then I'll try and stream most of the day. Lately, I've been taking a break when it gets super hot, but we'll see if we have to do that tomorrow. Because I'm feeling motivated. So that's the plan. Alrighty, everybody. I could do this all day. This feels so good. I'm so thrilled about this. Okay. All right. I'm gonna head out here. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. This is so fun. We'll talk tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody, and see you later.